Hello everybody, welcome back to my studio. This is Judy Parcell, and today I thought that I would cover folk art. Now, folk art goes back to the beginning of the caveman, if you think about it. It's traveled through indigenous tribes in Africa, in the Native American tribes, through Europe, and into the United States has its own. And I'm sure Russia and all of the other nations have some form of folk art. What's this got to do with the lesson I have today? Well, this couple, Rick and Maria, brought forward a new method and technique for drawing called Zendoodle. Now that's a copyrighted word, so I'm not really allowed to use it, but I do use it in conjunction with them. What they did was they opened up a whole new fun way to draw and go beyond drawing with it. You can paint, you can do all kinds of stuff with it, but I'll get into that way later. So let's get started. Just a reminder, we have three forms of art, shapes that you have to keep in mind. The triangle, the circle, circle, and the square. I'm having a hard time this evening. There's three elemental things you need to remember about Zendoodle, and that's what I'm calling this because I'm not allowed to use that other name. So this three simple things you have to remember is the aura, which is two parallel lines together. You can do that wavy. You can do it around a square, a triangle, or a circle. You can do it any way you want. All that means is there's a space in between. And this is the same word as is used around the energy fields that are around animals, plants, and humans. Then there is a thing called a pod, and you probably will get away from the pod, but when you're first starting, I definitely suggest you practice in these. These are practice pods, and I'm going to call it a pod. And then there is the string. The string is used as a line. Let's say we put the string in the pod, and it's used as a line. It doesn't have to be just a shape in it. It can be any kind of a shape. I'm just using that. And that would be to build on other artwork. So on this one, I'm just going to do something off the top of my head. And I'm going to put an aura in there, and then I'm going to put a curlicue, and say another curlicue going this way. Here I am with my flowers again. I'm going to show you a little trick to cut corners. This is going to look like a pattern, so I just want this to be like this. All right. So we'll just draw these flowers out here like this. Then in here, I might want to, I do this, do dots, little dotted Swiss there. Now that would be a practice pod with a string aura. The other one that I'd like to talk about is a grid. And this would be how you would come up with a crosshatch pattern, let's say. You draw very lightly some lines. I'm running out of lead here. Electric pencil sharpeners. They are awesome, except they don't get all the wood off the pencils at times. Now I'm going to go across, try to make these squares equal in size and shape. Now there's a reason I'm doing this lightly, because I'm going to add to this. Let's see if I have a sharper pencil here. I do. Okay. I want to go in here and just make a diamond. That's two halves of a triangle, right? Put upside down. When you're drawing these, it seems tedious, but the end result is well worth it. And if you're in a boring meeting, what do you care? That's when most people do their drawings, when they're bored or they have nothing to do. Now I will go in and just darken these in. Almost looks like tuck and roll, huh? Yes, sirree, we're almost done here. Okay. Now you can come in and emphasize these lines. Remember, these do not have to be exact. This is freehand drawing. And when things are irregular, it gives them character. I believe in character building. I don't know about you. This is called a grid pattern, and it has its place in doing Zendoodle, as you will see as we progress in our classes. I will be incorporating these concepts throughout the different designs I do, but there is your grid. So G-R-I-D. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for your first lesson in Zendoodle. Hope to see you back soon, and enjoy your day.